It's the Stand On It podcast. It's true.
Sit down, you gotta stand on it. If it's for certain, let's have around, you gotta stand on it. Open the curtain, it's going down, you gotta stand on it. Cause I put my stamp on it, so you gotta stand. You gotta stand on it. 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 You gotta stand.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with my best friend.
Hanging out with my best friend.
Introduce yourself to the people, man.
Hey, it's Victoria Rosa. It's me.
The birthday girl.
Yes, it's my birthday. We celebrating all March.
Okay.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Living life and being great.
We're going to get right into this thing. As y'all know, when I have a guest on here, we do the icebreakers. So, if you don't know how this go, I'm going to throw out a phrase or a word.
Okay, true you.
You give one word.
One.
What comes to mind,
Okay.
and then you elaborate on why.
All right.
OnlyFans.
Money.
Why?
Because that's what they do. OnlyFans, they make money on there. So,
Okay.
in porn, if I could throw it on that.
No, you get
Okay.
one word. For me, prostitution. And that's just what it's become, legal prostitution. And I guess it go hand in hand with what you said. It's money.
Yeah.
All right. BBL.
Fake.
Okay.
A lot of women that get BBL, getting that, excuse me, I probably shouldn't, because getting it in their body is just, it's
What
just,
the hell?
BBL is like, when you
Well, I'm
get
talking about you say you shouldn't curse.
oh, yeah.
Stand on the
Yeah,
podcast.
stand on
man.
it. Well, yeah, all these girls getting these BBLs, everything is fake. It's just fake. And it's not real.
Okay.
Nothing's authentic anymore.
When I think of BBLs and hear it, my question is, why? Why are you altering something that God gave you? You know, show appreciation for what it is. If you want to alter it, there are natural ways to do so. But I've never been a fan of the BBL. Loyalty.
Me.
Okay. Elaborate.
Because I'm loyal to the T. Like, you got to have some kind of loyalty. It's just me. I'm loyal by default.
Okay. I say lacking. And the reason being because I just feel like you might not understand. Some people don't understand what it is. And then everybody have a different perspective of what loyalty looks like. So to me, I feel like that's something that's lacking. But I'm impressed. You knocked out the icebreaker. No, it's 3.
Okay.
That's what we get into. But hey, you see me in that Duke Blue Devils. If you listening to the audio, go look at the video so you can see this good Duke Blue Devils attire. It's March Madness. With that being said, we're going to check out our first video here because somebody had sent me this like, hey, man, I need you to weigh in on this. But the way I do things, man, I have to be aware of what's going on. Like, I got to make sure I got the facts. I got understanding. I can't just come in just talking about something. But here we go.
Controversy swirling around Alabama's freshman basketball sensation Brandon Miller. He's accused of delivering a gun to a former teammate who is now under arrest for murder. Miller has not been charged, and today he was greeted with cheers from the home crowd. Here's ABC's Ellen Lopez.
Miller sneaks down court.
Tonight, Alabama basketball star Brandon Miller hitting the court against Arkansas amid questions about a fatal shooting. The freshman and top NBA draft pick prospect at the center of the controversy applauded today. but booed earlier this week as calls to take him off the court grow.
There are many who think, hey, Brandon has done nothing wrong here. But then there are those others who say, hey, it doesn't matter if he was firing a weapon or not. He should be punished.
According to ESPN, the 6'9" player was asked by then teammate Darius Miles to bring him his gun, which officials say was used in the killing of 23-year-old Jamea Harris. Miles was removed from the team and arrested along with another man, both now facing capital murder charges. Both of their attorneys have either not responded to our request for comments or have declined to do so. Miller has not been charged with any crime. The Crimson Tide stating in part that it, quote, continues to cooperate fully with law enforcement in the ongoing investigation and that Miller is not considered a suspect in this case, only a cooperative witness.
We feel like we've done the right thing in this case. We're using this as an opportunity to educate our players on stuff that hopefully will help them for the rest of their lives.
And what the victim's mother tells us, she wants everyone involved to be held accountable. Miller's attorney says that the player never touched the gun or even saw it. Wet.
Elwin Lopez for us tonight. Thank you.
All right, so, baby, let me give you a little background on what's going on. So this is Brandon Miller, star basketball player for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Mm-hmm. Alabama is the top seed in the NCAA tournament, March Madness.
Okay.
This guy is projected to be the number 1 overall draft pick, which means and equates to a lot of money. So what happened was a role player on the team asked him to give him a ride after a game to this bar, club, whatever. He gives the guy a ride. The line was too long, so he leaves and goes to another bar. While he's at the other bar, his friend he dropped off and teammate that's at this bar is with another one of his friends. They get into it because he said something to this guy's girlfriend. Mm-hmm. The guy like, no, that's my girl, so they get into it, exchange words. He calls Brandon and says, hey, bring me my strap. Brandon drives up there. Guy goes in the back, gets his strap out, gives it to the guy he will. They approach the dude who is with his girlfriend. And when the dude saw him coming up, he opened fire as well. End up shooting Brandon's teammate's friend. I think he got shot in the shoulder and dude shot as well, but he ended up shooting his girlfriend in the head. She died.
So the boyfriend shot the girlfriend in the head?
No.
Oh, the dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dude shot the girlfriend in the head. So people are saying that this kid should not be playing basketball. He should have been charged with something. Even though he wasn't the one who did the shooting, his actions led to somebody dying. And when I heard about this and people was telling me they wanted me to weigh in on it, I'm like, boy, this here is a dicey one. Because you got this young lady who lost her life, and then you got this kid with his whole future ahead of him.
That they're trying to make him lose his life too.
They trying to take away his life. What you think?
I don't agree with that because I don't agree with the hand of one, the hand of all. I don't agree with that. I think they did right by allowing him to play and not charging him because he didn't have nothing to do with that.
From a standpoint of her directly losing her life, he didn't have nothing. He wasn't a trigger man. But think of it from this aspect. His actions, let's say he never bought the gun there. There's a strong chance because their initial encounter from when the shots rang out, him bringing the gun, I think they said it was like 45 minutes that passed. So,
which still, that to me, on the hands of his teammates, that was premeditated murder to me. You let 45 minutes pass by, but still, I don't believe this kid should get charged for you bringing somebody personal belonging to them. They asking for it. I don't think he should get charged with murder for bringing something that belongs to somebody else. Bring me. Was the gun registered?
Yeah, it was registered to the dude who told him bring me my gun.
That's his personal property.
Okay. But let me ask you this, and I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I just want your perspective. Let me ask you this. So, do you feel like he should have been inclined to say, what you need the gun for, man?
No, because it's not his.
Okay. So
Like,
just that cut and dry.
To me, because, okay, this guy waited 45 minutes to get retaliation on a guy that he got into it with because he was trying to holler at his girlfriend, right?
Mm.
You telling me to you better bring my gun, bring my strap. How you figure if I didn't bring that strap, one, that man still wanting to start shooting at them boys in the parking lot.
Mm.
Two, because the dude in the parking lot shot first, right?
That's what they're allegedly saying.
Two, and how do you figure, what if he got so pissed off and used the gun on the guy, what's his name?
Brandon Miller.
Brandon, because he didn't bring the gun.
Okay. I could rock with that. The way I look at it is this. Mm-hmm. There's really no winners in this.
It's
you know
not.
what I'm saying? Because even though he is quote unquote free physically, that's gonna be with this young man for the rest of his life, knowing that, hey, I was with this killer who my actions, you know, not directly but indirectly contributed to somebody losing their life. And that's kind of what I was thinking about too. Like, okay, let's say this is Buddy's gun that is registered.
Uh-huh.
He lost his life as a result of Brandon not bringing him his gun.
Absolutely.
You get a gun for protection. Like,
and it was registered, and I'm pretty sure he knew how to use it, so.
Yeah. I've had a situation like this several times. People have hit me up like, hey, man, let me hold one of your straps. And I'm like, what the hell? What you need a gun for?
But that's your gun.
Yeah.
This guy's telling you to bring me my gun. My property that's registered to me that I left in your car. Bring it to me. Apparently.
No, I get that. But the point I was making is, my mindset is, if somebody asking for a gun, they not asking for it just to hold it. They about to do some shit. Some shit about to happen. That's where my mind immediately go.
But no, because if you say, bring me my gun, your gun is going to get
Okay, let me
brought
ask
to
you this.
Because that's your gun.
Hold on,
Like,
let me ask you this,
asked.
though. I'm glad you said that. Let me ask you this. So, let's say you at the house.
Uh-huh.
And I call you and say, bring me my gun. What you think finna go on?
My initial thought, you want me to be honest, and I'm not trying to
Okay.
make it fit me. You don't go nowhere without your gun, so you must have left it.
But if I need a bigger gun, bring me
Well,
that.
that's different because me and you, like, why? You already got a gun. Why would you need a bigger one? I
Okay.
would ask that question because me and you are in a relationship, so I can't ask that question.
Right. Man, I hate it, man. And beautiful young lady had a son. I think he was 5 years old.
And I don't want to make it seem like I'm not being sensitive to her situation because somebody did lose their life.
Mm-hmm.
But in the sense of him getting his life taken away, I don't agree with that.
Okay. I'm kind of in between. I don't think he should have been charged with capital murder and his life and career taken away. No. I've had plenty of conversations with people. The rapper Tay-K. He got caught, I think, the one who was infamous for doing the race. I think he got caught 15, 16. He's gotten life. Like, he'll never get out. And I just feel like you don't want to just throw a kid away because people can change. Their mind is not fully developed. So I don't feel like this kid should be thrown away, Brandon Miller. But I do think you send a wrong precedent when you like, hey, man, you know, come back and play ball. Like, he didn't miss no games, you know. And I think that's the wrong thing to do. Like, he has to see there's some consequence because I think the level of stardom he's at, you're going to create a situation now where he could potentially get in his mind and his background. I looked at his background. He came from a great family, 2-parent household. His dad was an athlete, played football at Alabama. When he found out his girlfriend was pregnant, Brandon's mother, he dropped out of college and said, I got to go home and be a dad and raise my son. So that's the kind of caliber father he has. So he comes from a good background. But I think you sending the wrong message just saying, man, get back to playing ball. I would have sat him down and been like, hey, I don't think you intentionally did this, but you got to miss some games. Like, we can't.
But I disagree. Why are you blaming me for something that I didn't do? Like, I didn't do this. Why am I getting reprimanded? Or you punishing me for this?
It's not a blame, but it's to show, like, hey, you got to make more responsible choices, especially when you're dealing with firearms.
But in the sense of it, take it.
Mm-hmm.
The firearm registered and belonged to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He says, bring me my gun.
Right.
You're returning somebody's property.
Mm.
I'm returning somebody's property. Why should I be punished for returning somebody's property?
Because somebody lost their life. If nobody lost their life, none of this matters. But the fact that somebody was murdered with the property you transported there, I just feel like there needs to be some level of accountability. I'm not saying he needs jail time. I'm not saying he should be charged with capital murder. To be honest, the dude who handed the other guy the gun, I don't think he should be charged with capital murder. I think he should get like a manslaughter or something like that. He didn't pull the trigger. The dude who pulled the trigger needs to get the capital murder charge. But,
No, I disagree with that because he knew that he gave the gun for him to shoot him. Yeah, we're gonna shoot. That's a plot to kill somebody.
But how do you know that? This is what I'm saying.
That's just off of where we're going.
Yeah.
What I know or what you told me.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't think Brandon should get charged with anything.
Okay. Good banter. Good banter. All right. So yeah, thank you for sending that topic. I was glad I was able to research it, and you're not a big sports fan, but you handled that topic very well. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
All right, so content.
Mm-hmm.
We go at this from a couple of angles. Content with content. So let me tell you what I mean by that. I'm seeing more and more people just give themselves a title of. It used to be, if you looked in a lot of people's bios on social media, the hot thing was social media influencer. Mm-hmm. That was the hot thing for a while. Now it's content creator. Mm-hmm. Content creator. But as I'm looking at more and more content, because people send me a lot of their content. Hey, man, share this for me. Or check this out, check me out. And what I'm seeing is seems like these content creators are becoming more and more content with their content. Meaning there's really no thought-provoking content. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of original content. It seems like it's more and more just regurgitation of what somebody else said, whether that's
the
social media,
the
shade room, a social media post. What's your thoughts on that? Am I tripping or?
No, that is true, but the reason why people do it because they know it's going to boost up their views. So if they regurgitate or twist it or say how they feel about a situation, especially with a shade room, which I don't care for the shade room because to me, I feel like it's trying to diminish black people. They point out all flaws of black people, but anywho's, they want them clicks and them views so they can go up to be seen. So they're gonna do that, get their views. Oh, this is a hot topic. We gotta talk on this. We gotta touch this. We gotta make sure. So it's all about views.
Okay, I can see that. I didn't really think of it from that perspective. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what do you think makes a content creator? What gives somebody the I guess I would say the ability to put that as their title. I'm a
as
content
a content
creator.
My take on content creators is somebody who brings forth something to make it accessible to the average people, and show them how to do it, or talk about how they can do it. Like talking about blogs and talking about celebrities, I don't consider that a content creator. Content creator to me is somebody that show you how to make money, show you how to invest, show you this is how you can do this, or making something. That's what I can consider a content creator. But
for me, I feel like if you say you're a content creator, keyword creator,
yeah,
you made it.
create the content, yeah.
Right. But what I'm seeing more and more is you just talking about somebody else's content.
Yeah.
That's why I be so reluctant when people be like, boy, we want to hear your perspective on this. It has to be something that I really want to find out more about. I don't really do that, because I'm like, no, that's not what I'm into. I want to create content that sparks conversation, that gives you a different perspective.
To have more substance to it.
And it makes you think.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing more and more, so I want to have people, it's okay. Just change it. Instead of creator, just put regurgitator. And I won't have no problem with it.
Well, you like this. I have a podcast.
Yes.
And we talk
Shout
about
out Real Fantasy Podcast.
And sometimes I do regurgitate a lot of stuff that I hear. And I talk about things when I don't put it as a content creator. I'm a podcaster. I talk about what's going on. Sure. I like to see or tell my point of view of a situation. So it's a lot of stuff that I do talk about that's in it, in the blogs and all of that. But it's from my point of view. Right. To how I feel about it. Should it do this? Should it be that? So.
Okay. And then you throw out that you're a content creator, but you're inconsistently creating content. That's the other part. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how people just get content with being inconsistent, but label yourself a content creator. Like, you got one chance with me to get me bought into your campaign. Yeah. What you got going on? If I buy into your campaign, I'm fucking with it. If you go cold, I'm not spinning the block on you. No, because you're not being consistent and you're not taking yourself serious. So why would you want me to take you serious? Like, you just out here because you want to do what you think the hot thing is. You know what I'm saying? Like, get views, how everybody jumped in the podcast. Like, oh, I'm going to be a podcaster. Then when they get in here and they see, like, boy, this shit some work. It's like, no, because that's the part that I respect the art. You know what I mean? That's the same thing with music. I respect the art. Like, if you come in and you get into the art of it and you putting out content, you putting out music that's making me like, boy, that's crazy right there. I got to run that back. I need to hear what they saying. I'm like, boy, I seen somebody post a meme today that said, people who listen to Wu-Tang Clan are generally smarter. And I thought about it because I'm like, but it had so many layers to their raps.
I didn't listen to it.
Hey, listen.
We gotta listen.
I was a Wu-Tang fan now. Like, I wasn't just die hard like I know some people were, but I was definitely a Wu-Tang Clan fan. But they had so many layers, you had to peel it back.
Only song I know is y'all.
Dirt McGirt. Shout out Wu-Tang Clan, man. Yo, Wu-Tang hard now. But okay. So content creators, if you're not really creating content,
take that off.
Take it off and just add regurgitator. I respect
content regurgitator.
Yeah, content regurgitator, because that's what you're doing. Or like you said, just put on a podcast.
Yeah.
Don't put on a content creator, because you're not creating anything. You're just regurgitating what somebody else said. And be consistent. Because
So what if they start saying I'm a content journalist or something like that?
but that's a whole other ball game.
Just remind me what Skip and
Shannon.
Shannon.
Hey man, journalism, yeah, that's a whole different ball game. But yeah, just put the regurgitator, be consistent, we good.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of content, let's get into this. So, how do you feel about relationships being on display in the public spotlight?
Relationships being on display. I before I got with you, I was never like the type of person to expose anything on social media. You know, like I would do stuff and write stupid shit and laugh about stupid stuff that's not even true or fact to me. But relationships being displayed to everybody, to me, I feel like it's giving more opportunity for women to try to slide in and backdoor you. Oh, they look like they got something going on, or speak some negative shit that's get sent to the universe and bounce back off of us. I don't know.
But wouldn't that show that if you gotta think like that, you with the wrong man?
No, because it's typically when women think like that, it's not about the man, it's about the woman. Maybe she's insecure about something, or maybe, you know, maybe what if a fine chick that got, you know what I'm saying, a man just slide in his DM, and what if he take the bait, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, again, I think it come down to know your man and know your woman. Mm-hmm. With me personally, before this relationship, I didn't do posting and shit like that because I knew I was on bullshit.
We doing it together. I was never on bullshit though. Let's be clear on that.
You ain't gotta admit yourself on podcast.
No, that's facts. I just had to put that in there because, you know, people take
Yeah. But nah, I feel like, listen, and I hear people say that, like, oh, it don't matter. I see people post them and the person might have their back turned or they put the smiley face emoji over. And I'm like, you doing that either you know this person got somebody else, or you know that if they don't have somebody else, you're not comfortable with who you with. So you like, but I don't really want them to know I'm with them, but I want them to know I'm with somebody.
But you know, like, people are evil, so sometimes, like, you display your relationship, they can just be malicious and do shit for no reason, you know?
I mean, I get it, but again, I feel like it go back to knowing who you got. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be shit.
No,
a motherfucker say some slick shit, like, in the DM, I leave their ass on red. I don't even say nothing back. Like,
it's not about who you with. You know, motherfucker, you think you got a good man showing my man do this, and he out there sleeping with 10, 20 different people. It ain't.
You didn't have a good man.
So she thought she knew the man she was with. So
she didn't know him good. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know him good. Like, that never crossed my mind when I post us, like, boy, like, I don't know what this woman doing, or
it don't cross my mind.
That shit don't ever cross my mind. Like, and people have told me, like, I like the way you love her out loud. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's just like, hey man, I ain't got no problem with that. Like, because I know I'm clean, and I know you clean. But when I wasn't clean, what the hell am I hot about?
And you have private people too.
Yeah.
Some people just...
No, that's an excuse.
That's not an excuse. You have
people use that as a crutch. I'm a private person. But you posting what you eating. You posting where you at on vacation. But you so private.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I ain't gonna let those slide. That's what a lot of people do.
Before we get off this topic, that's like kids. You don't post your kids on social media.
That's different.
What's different about it? That's personal.
Those are kids. It's a lot of sickos who out here. It ain't even about. I put it in a song. Only post my daughter on my story because that shit erased. You know what I'm saying? But it be people that be looking at kids for purposes that are not legal. So
since you put it like that,
yeah, that's what I don't be concerned about. Like, nobody got an issue with me and go do something to my kid. Like, hell no.
No, I'm talking about just private people.
Again, we at Disney World. We at the bowling alley. So be consistent with what you posted. That's all I'm saying. But I really wanted to spend a little time on this because that whole Blueface and Christine Rock shit, man.
That shit annoys me.
Here's the thing with that. And I put this on a post that somebody had put out. I was like, for y'all to follow this the way y'all do says a lot about who you are. Reason being, I put up a post a couple months ago where I said the fuck or something like that. They took my comment down. You can't do that, gave me a warning. Do that again. Y'all ain't never thought why they don't censor them.
Because that's what they want the black relationship to be.
Absolutely. They don't censor them. They fight each other.
They got a whole show.
A whole show. She busts his shit. He busts her shit. Like, take that away and put it at a lower level. Let's say that's how me and you conducted ourselves. Let's say we out. You bust my shit, I bust your shit. What you think gonna happen?
You going to jail.
No, both of us going to jail.
Not in South Carolina.
Shit.
He hit me.
No, you know I got an example about this shit. Don't play. You know a motherfucker tried that with me. They locked her ass up, goddamn. Yeah, so no. It's, yeah. But when it's to the public, and a dude, he hit me. He was like, what you mean by this? And I told him, I said, there's an agenda. They want the nuclear family erased. They don't want no examples. There's a reason why you don't see Cosby shows, Family Matters, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, except the revamped one. And hell, they got Aunt Viv in there looking kind of suspect, like she want to do some shit. But even with that, man, like, you don't see that no more. And that's not the agenda they want to push. But this toxic shit, fighting, arguing, yelling. This mug went online, the comment I posted on, the post I commented on, he was saying, I'll pay you for the abortion, showing how she don't clean the house up, all of that shit. And I'm like, the people around him, how you not telling this man you look like a sucker doing that, bro?
His mom, his mom said all the time, he don't care.
Like,
but to me, that's a feminine trait.
Real shit.
Yeah,
Like, oh, she don't clean up. Look at this. Like, bro, what is you doing? You look bad because you stuck your dick in her.
And continue to do it.
And continue to do it. You live in the house with her, and it ain't clean, and you continue to do it. But I hate that our people, and I say our people that look like us, because those are the people who really be on there just going, oh, you saw Blueface and it. But worry about something else. It's way too much other shit going on besides them. And you got to look deeper than what you just on the surface. Like, why do they not censor them? But if me and you put something out like that would be taken down immediately. Given a warning, like, you do that again, we gonna take your page away or whatever.
Just thinking about that and what you were saying, maybe they paid them to act like that and it's scripted. What you think?
Even if it's scripted, there has to be a disclaimer that says that this shit ain't real. There's no disclaimer what I've seen. I see him bleeding. I see her bleeding. And they just going on. This the same man that told Chris Brown, you beat up the wrong bitch.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so he's condoning what he's doing. Like,
pick the ones you want to kick their ass.
Yeah, pick the one you want to kick her ass. And I'm like, man, our culture just gets so involved in this shit. We got to cut it out, yo.
Yeah.
We got to cut that out. That's not a good look. It's more shit to focus on in the Shade Room, Say Cheese TV, all of that, man. It's way more that we could focus on. It's way more positive examples that we could look at, because the shit that they want us to look at, that they polarizing for us, it ain't doing nothing but destroying our youth mentally.
Yeah.
And they think about young girls who watching it.
Oh, it's cool. Like, I'm going to find me somebody with some money. I don't care if he beat on me. Hell no. Somebody try that with my kid, I'm going to jail. Just as simple as that.
Hey, man. Yo, but just do better, man. Don't get caught up in all of that. Like, they feeding us that for a reason. And then next time you see it, think about what I just said. What's the reason they don't censor them? There's a reason for it.
Money.
Right. So, before we get out of here, we going to spend some time on this subject here.
Oh,
it's time for America to mind this damn business.
God, you said it.
It's time for them to mind their business, man.
You said it. You said, mind your goddamn business, America.
America is out of pocket with minding everybody else's business, and I'm going to put a lot of layers in here that we going to peel back. Here's the first one that shows to me, America, we need to mind our business. When you got people that's flipping out like this, here we go.
Here, it's like every single day, you guys, and this is why I complain about all the time. Look, what's his name? What's your name?
My name's
Alex?
Tommy.
Yeah, your name's Alex, and I'm gonna be talking to your manager. This guy called me sir. I get this happens every fucking day. Everywhere I go, I get called sir. I'm so fucking tired. Why would you call a chick big ass tits? Fucking. Why would you call?
I didn't say.
No, stop trying to gaslight trans people and tell us that we're crazy. Crazy. You need to fucking be mindful of other people and stop being a fucking scumbag. And you're a liar. I heard you. Stop fucking gaslighting trans people. Wait, what? Did you call me sir again? What was that? You said goodnight, sir? Alex, I'm gonna be talking to corporate about you, you motherfucker. Fuck you. Okay? That's bullshit. You don't fucking harass trans people at work. Yeah, you did. And I'm walking out and you're like, have a good night, sir? What the fuck is that? No, you don't fucking do this to trans people. This is discrimination. No, this is discrimination. I'm fucking done with it. No, I'm going to talk to corporate about this. You don't harass trans people. Hey, you know, it's one of the stupid things when you're catching Karens.
I didn't even say nothing.
You called me sir, and you were talking shit, calling me sir on the way out. This is transphobic harassment. You're a fucking bigot at work. All right, Alex, you know what? I can't wait to just... He admits twice calling me sir. No, you lied about the first one. No, you called me sir twice. Twice. Yeah, but you shouldn't be fucking harassing people with slurs. It's a slur. Do you not understand? It's like if you call the person of color the N-word. Don't fucking... You did on the way out. I don't care. I have the right to be pissed about it. You fucking did.
I said I'll lock the door.
You fucking did, you liar. And I'm going to hold you accountable. Cis people...
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pull the brakes
What the fuck?
up on that there. This was
saddening.
A transgender man having a meltdown at a Popeye's chicken because one of the workers, thinking he was just being nice, said, "Have a good day, sir." No matter what you want to be or who you say you are, the eyes don't lie to people, okay? The ears don't lie to people. You can come up dressed however you are, and based on what's seen and what's heard, that's what clicks in, and common sense should say, yeah, this is why he said, sir. But he completely lost his shit saying, no, don't call me sir.
This whole thing is beyond me. Again, I have to state this every time I have a conversation about this. I have nothing against gay men, gay women, trans men, trans women. But the fact is that you're transitioning into a lady body parts, right? You can't expect somebody to, like, you're not respecting me because you're forcing me to say something that I don't believe in.
Word.
So how can you get upset with me because I don't want to call you ma'am? That's beyond me. That doesn't make sense to me. And then a lot of men is trans and over to women and want to call us cis women. No, I'm a motherfucking woman. I can carry a child. I have a womb, woman with a womb, a human with a womb. Why is it okay for y'all to just take over the whole female gender? I don't get that.
Yeah, it goes back to what I said on the previous show. If you're comfortable with who you are, what somebody says shouldn't matter.
Shouldn't matter at all.
10 years ago, I would have been offended if somebody called me a nigga. Today, I don't care. Just don't put your hands on me. I'm comfortable with who I am. I could care less about what you're calling me. It doesn't matter at all what we're talking about when it comes to that, but people want to go by my pronouns. So, from what I'm hearing and understanding based on this reaction, he's supposed to say, welcome to Popeyes. What are your pronouns?
And I don't want to do that. That's not, you're forcing me to do something that I don't want to do. It is either he, she, or how can I help you?
Yeah.
All right, have a good day.
When my
Bye.
eyes and ears, they tuned in and see what's going on. But the reason why I wanted to show that video and show what we about to talk about next is because there is a race and gender war going on right under our noses that ain't nobody talking about. But America want to mind everybody else's business.
But they own, yeah.
But our own. Here's the thing. So, let's start this off. First thing, Mexico. All right? So, you done heard about the 4 people who were in Mexico. Yeah. 2 of them got killed. Why they were there, that's irrelevant. I have my thoughts on that. I'm not even going to get into all of that. And then there's 3 women who've been missing since they went over into Mexico. But Lindsey Graham, a senator from South Carolina, he's hopped out trying to pass legislation where he treats the cartel as terrorists and says, as a result, if we identify them as terrorists, we can go in there and we can break up all their drug houses, their drug rings, everything.
But they wouldn't do that, though. You know why?
Talk to him.
Because the money that they transport in there, the government is getting a piece of it. Ooh. So they would never, ever do that. That's just something to throw off whatever's going on, like them trying to bring back Jim Crow laws.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, and that was my thing. That's the point I wanted to make. They not mad because these people kidnapped these Americans. They not mad because these other people done went missing. They're mad because they getting all this money off drugs, and we ain't getting no kickback.
We ain't getting enough kickback.
That's right. That's what it is. And when you look at why people go to Mexico, now they getting some kickback off the pharmaceutical drugs.
But not like...
Right. They're not getting kickback off the street drugs, the fentanyl. So what they doing, that's when you see, and boy, stay with me. When you see these big drug busts, I'm talking, it was one they just had, I think it was in California. I'm talking $1 million drug bust.
Let me insert something.
Go ahead.
All the fentanyl that has been distributed out that people are dying from, right? They hadn't had no dope to distribute out, so it was fentanyl. Now they're doing all these busts, getting all these people. What you think about to happen again?
Since they doing all, it finna skyrocket again.
You're gonna hear people doing coke again, crack again, all of that again.
Everything
because now
they
can send it out to be sold, distribute.
But do y'all actually think these big drug busts they going and destroying the dope.
No, they about to distribute it out. They about to redistribute it.
Well, if y'all do, we got some beachfront property in Newberry, South Carolina that's worth $5 million.
Go on down.
If you think of that. Because them big drug busts, I heard somebody talking one time. They was like, oh, yeah, like they got these places they go and take it all and they burn it. And
no, they don't.
Come on.
No, they don't. And then they do setups with it. They do all this other stuff with it.
Absolutely.
They use it for recreation.
Right back on the streets.
But explain to me, Lindsey Graham, okay,
Mm-hmm.
she want to treat the cartel
Is
as... She. Now, I don't know, him, she, her, you know, we got to use pronouns there. Want to treat the cartel as terrorists.
Mm.
What happened to the fucking wall we built? I mean, like...
And again, it goes... That's what I'm saying. America, mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
Because the president of Mexico said, hey, we independent. Don't nobody tell us what to do. Like, he already done put out there, we not going for that shit. So y'all need to mind y'all's business. But that's the point I wanted to make. We want to pass legislation on Mexico.
Uh-huh.
We done sent $30 billion, and the tab's still going to Ukraine.
And we need that here. We in a fucking bailout as we speak, trying to... The banks are crashing. We have no funding. What was that bank, that big bank that just got taken away by the government?
I forgot, but I know what you're talking about.
Like, why are you sending that much money to Ukraine and we need it here?
And people ain't talking about that.
We need it home. We have so much stuff that we need here.
Yep. And that's a perfect segue. Somebody had sent this. Shout out my man Cypher, man. Somebody had sent me this a couple weeks ago, like, bro. And he sent me a video with her, this chick on TikTok. Like, you got to talk about this on the pod. They trying to bring back Jim Crow in Mississippi. So, again, I don't speak on stuff until I've done my research and I can educate myself on what's going on. So, when you're talking about that funding that we sending to other places, all right, so those of you who don't know what Jim Crow laws are or were, Jim Crow laws were put in place basically free but separate. In a nutshell is what it is. Yeah, after slavery, y'all are free, but we still are separate. It was some of the laws was like, if the police is not around, white people can police black people. Stuff like that. It was still segregation. Right. But what's happened is Jim Crow laws have been kind of implemented, but they fly under the radar. Like, the way it's scaled now is like they make it harder sometimes for people to vote. They put better roads in certain communities
areas,
for you to be able to commute easier and faster to work, stuff like that. But I really did a lot of research on what's going on in Mississippi. All right, so the bill is called House Bill 1020. The purpose of this bill is Jackson, Mississippi. They taking 8 counties. Jackson, Mississippi is made up, I think it's like 87% black folk. So they taking these counties, putting them all together. They're not casting a vote. What this bill would be is everybody would be put in place, not elected in place. Everybody who they propose being put in place are white people. Okay?
And it's 87% black people in that community?
87% black people. But again, that's why I tell people, go do your research, because a lot of people always, well, I'm Democrat.
If they knew what Democrat came from,
come on, huh?
Understand that that's not even the original thing that we were even supposed to go with.
There
but
you
they
go.
switched it over to trick us to, come on,
to disenfranchise black folk.
Right.
That's what it was for. See, it was Republican. And then it was like, now we go disenfranchise, because that's what black people were voting. Republican.
It's for our republic. We're going to vote for us, yeah.
There we go. So the thing that they put out now, they're saying, well, the reason why we're going to do this, or we want this to happen is because there are a lot of changes that need to happen within the state of Mississippi. The biggest one that people have probably seen, the whole thing came out with Brett Favre, quarterback, Hall of Fame quarterback from the NFL, how he was stealing funds, which allegedly we don't know that that's still in litigation. But what I did find out is, okay, what they have is their mayor is Chokwe Lumumba. That's their mayor. His dad was the mayor before him. So what he's done, now they have, I think his name is Tate, who's the governor of Mississippi. But in Jackson, Mississippi, you have Lumumba. His most known for thing, and I'm not being funny with what I'm saying, the zoo wanted to relocate. If you research this man, his most known for thing is getting the zoo not to relocate. So what he did, he went in there and he found like, okay, they misappropriated funds. They said the zoo had ran up a water bill that wasn't paid of $6 million.
For how long?
I don't know. I didn't look at that.
But shouldn't the city pay for that since it's a...
No, because it was funded at the government level. That's how they got... And it was just corruption like we see now. So
get them coins.
Right. So when they did it, the zoo shut down for damn near a year. He gave $200,000 to repair the zoo, renovate it, and they opened back up. And that's his most known thing. The legislature in Mississippi says the black people who are in place are not qualified to run the city. And here's the thing. He's been in place since 2017. It's 2017. It's 2023 now. There hasn't been any kind of significant change to poverty, unemployment, any of that in Jackson, Mississippi.
My question is, why every elected official, why are we not redoing this every 2 to 4 years with everybody? I don't feel like nobody should be in office for 30 years.
But they're elected by the folks. And here's the thing. Mississippi, one of the states, they elect on off years. So you know how the president and stuff is elected on even years. Like 2024, 28. They'll do like 2019, 2023. They just do shit ass backwards. But when I'm looking into this, I'm like, okay. So I tried to do some research to find what's the education level of all of the black officials in Jackson, Mississippi.
And what is the education level of the actual elected governor? Or
don't get me the line. I look at it.
So we can weigh out the two.
Yeah, I know Lumumba, he went to like Tuskegee and somewhere else. But what I was looking at from that standpoint with the whole thing, okay, if they're saying, hey, you're not qualified. If there's a job that you wanted to go do, let's say today I said, hey, I want to be a brain surgeon. Am I qualified as I sit here right now to do brain surgery?
No, but you can go get the education to become a
There you go. So if they feel like we're not qualified, let's educate ourselves so we can have a seat at that table and speak from an educated standpoint.
And that's why I was asking you, what was his education level? What was it so they can compare the two?
I know he had college education. And Lumumba, he's also an attorney. So he's an educated man, but I don't know the people who sit under him.
He's an educated man that's dealing with the cartel, funneling money through that zoo.
No,
Let me stop. I'm just playing.
I'm not going to allow you to put that on this good brother. But I will say this. I got deeper on it, and I discovered that it was tied into Stacey Abrams from Georgia. So Stacey Abrams came in.
The zoo is tied to...
No. This whole thing.
Oh.
Stacey Abrams has launched a nonprofit called the Fair Fight Act.
Scandal.
That she wants people to contribute to.
Mm-hmm.
Do your research on who's doing a lot of funding around this Fair Fight Act.
Fair Fight Act.
And then go and do your research on Stacey Abrams being tied to the Georgia Project.
Okay.
And the
Fair
misappropriation of funds. And those funds that went missing that nobody can seem to find.
About $6 million?
$6 million. They talking about all these people. Oh, well, we only did this on payroll. But you pay all this money out. And now you're asking for more money, which goes back to the point I was making. We sending $30 billion to the Ukraine. What could we do? This man wouldn't have to be out here worried about the zoo.
We need to mind our business.
Our business.
But you think about it. I'm gonna say this, and I'm allegedly. This is my personal opinion. We ain't gonna say it's facts.
Mm-hmm.
We have something in Ukraine that we don't want any other government getting their hands on. That's why it's so protected, and that's why we're sending so much money over there.
What is it?
Weapons.
Okay.
Chemical weapons, bioweapons, weapons. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So we sending hush money.
No, we're sending money to protect it because we have to protect what we have so it won't get exposed.
But, and I believe you, that's to me is ass backwards. Mm-hmm. You got people living here in poverty.
Yeah.
You got them trying to reinstate Jim Crow laws in Mississippi. And we base it on one of the bases is, well, there's a lack of funding, so we need the Fair Fight Act so that we can't influence voter registration and shit like that.
My thing is, how can we even allow, or how can we even have somebody come out their mouth and say, we want to reinforce Jim Crow laws? 2023, how is that even happening?
The same way it's happening with Buddy saying he called me a sir.
How the fuck is this? How is this? This is like mind-boggling to me. How is this happening?
Because nobody's paying attention. When does a criminal or a thief usually do their crimes?
When nobody's paying attention.
When nobody paying attention.
Right.
So all of this other shit is a distraction. Oh, they ain't paying attention to that. Let's slide Jim Crow in.
Are you serious?
Oh, they ain't paying attention to that. Let's send another $1 billion to Ukraine. Meanwhile, gas going up, groceries going up. All this shit. Yeah, all this shit happening. But that's why I say we need to mind our own business. Mm-hmm. Because there is a gender and race war. See, people get it twisted, and people done told me, oh, you're not for your people. I'm for the human race.
Right.
That's what I'm for. You know what I'm saying? My people are a part of the human race. Like, I don't feel like one race of people or another race of people should be shitted on to boost up another race of people. I don't believe that. I feel like everything should be beneficial to everybody.
Right.
And the part of legislation they're not talking about, it impacts the poor white people as well. Because it's all about getting people not to vote. In Jim Crow laws, what they did, they would have a registration tax, like poll tax is what they call it. Oh, you want to vote? Well, you got to have this tax. Or you want to vote? You got to take this literacy test. So if they're saying people are not smart to take it over, why don't we educate ourselves so when they come say, oh, we want to put this back in? No, because the 14th, 15th, 16th Amendments, this, and this, we can rattle that stuff off from an educated standpoint. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, man, go look that up. I challenge everybody. If you really want to know what's going on, research the Jim Crow laws. First, educate yourself on that, and then look at the Mississippi thing. Drop some in the comments or reach out to me personally. Let me know what you think about this. But before we get out of here, I got to say this. We're going to close with this topic.
What?
I think you're naturally beautiful.
Well, thank you, baby.
Yeah. So, why do naturally beautiful people, women, why do y'all feel like you gotta enhance your beauty with non-natural products and things?
Like clothes?
No.
Because if I didn't have to wear clothes, I wouldn't wear them because that's where we were born, right?
No, we're not talking clothes. We're talking hair, makeup,
wig,
nails, lashes, BBLs, all of that shit. So why do women feel like, okay, this is what I gotta be on?
Well, I'm gonna break it down one by one.
Mm-hmm.
So makeup enhances your beauty, right? You naturally beauty, but if you want to do some enhancing, switch up a little bit. I'm tired of looking this way today. I'm going ahead and put something temporary, smooth out my skin. Like me, I wear makeup because I have blemishing spots. I want to look pretty. I want to look pretty for myself. I want to feel pretty. So when I do it evenly or, draw on some stuff, it makes me feel pretty in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Women get BBLs because they feel like it'll get more attention from men for them to be able to get what they want. So I do this, enhance my breasts, enhance my ass, get a small waist. I can attract this man of a certain caliber. He's going to take care of me. That's why women get BBLs. What was the other one?
We said lashes,
Lashes.
makeup,
Well,
hair.
that comes with it, lashes too. And hair is, I don't get relaxers.
Okay.
I don't like putting heat to my hair, but I like different hairstyles. So I'm able to do different colors, curl it how I want it, and then it look the way I want it instead of wearing the same curly hair, natural hair that I have all the time.
Okay, and this is just a question.
Uh-huh.
I respect everything you just said, but doesn't that scream I got a self-esteem problem?
I mean, you can look at it that way if you want to. No, I just want to look pretty. I like doing this for myself. I just want to look pretty.
I like when you do the different wigs because a different personality comes with every wig.
You know it. I told you I got about 7 of them.
I love it. When you go from blonde to red, like, I'm going to get some different shit. So I don't got no problem with that, but I feel like
what men don't realize is, and I'm going to say this, and I might be off kilter with it, a lot of women do have self-esteem issues. And it has to do with your mother telling you have to be a certain way, or your dad not there. Because what did I do for my dad not to be there?
Right.
Or the guys that they trying to attract. I want to feel a different way, look a different way to get the man that I want. So it's to enhance them to be in a better situation for themselves. And it might be with self-esteem. You're not gonna find a woman nowadays that just be like, it is what it is.
But putting that on, doing it, and say a man want to get the woman he wants, isn't the man just want to get what he physically sees? He not even trying to learn what's in here or what's in here.
And that's why women do it, because that's what men do. They don't care.
Well, I could tell you, I do. Like, I don't give a damn about. I ain't with that shit.
I said, I'm gonna show you my hair, show you what I got. This is excuse me. This is what it is.
This is what it is. You
like
know,
it, before we move on.
Then you start getting comfortable, waking up with the lashes gone, the wig on the side of it.
Yes.
But nah, I just feel like, women need to embrace their natural beauty more. Let me tell you this story about me personally.
And I'm going to say this before you take.
Okay.
Men are not going for the natural. And me, you had a conversation about this. Men are not going for the high-hanging fruit. They're going for the low-hanging fruit. You got more women that's getting dolled up. And this is easy access. When you see a woman with no makeup, I'm gonna pick this one. This is easy. This is what I'm going for. So women want to attract men, so they're gonna do this.
But I don't see those type women usually. Now it happens. They not in long term. It's the eyes being fed. So when the eyes are being fed, it's like, hey, well, look at her ass. Like, look at her. Immediately, it goes from this brain to that brain. And ain't nothing long term with that brain. Because you could get tired of fucking somebody, but when you connect it here, like, that's something you locked into, and I think women need to get back to that shit.
But your brain doesn't have nothing to do with the physical appearance. So, a man physically attracted to a woman, or see, and then they do all this, then they get to know the woman. Then on top of that, that's a plus. She keep herself together, she keep her nails done, she keep her hair done, she get her skin on fleek, makeup on fleek, and she got the brain. And a lot of women do have these brains. They just don't feel as pretty as their intellect is.
So, and I'm glad I got you here, because I really been wanting to ask women this. Like, so, it don't make you feel some kind of way when you know a man is only into you based on your physical appearance?
I never had experienced that, so I can't say.
Okay.
But they, like me, I can hold a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I do this for myself, like the makeup, the hair. I do it for myself. Like, I feel confident with me doing my hair, doing my makeup. Mm-hmm. But in the same sense, I can still hold a conversation with you. So I never experienced it. Oh, I only like you because you looks. I never had that experience.
I told you I was listening to a pod. This is probably almost 6 months ago. But I think it's good that we can have this conversation on mic. So they interviewed like quite a few women.
Uh-huh.
And they asked them, in a world where men didn't exist, what would be something that you would like love to do?
Walk around naked.
No, women said, I would like to be able to wear crop tops. I would like to be able to feel sexy, dress sexy. I would like to be just things that they would like to be able to do where they weren't being judged from a man's standpoint, or have a man like, hey, come here, girl. Let me get your number. Where you at? Like, you know what I'm saying? All of that type shit. So women, when they do these things, they have to know that, yes, it is attracting men. You don't think that attention sometimes be a little overboard?
And again, I don't do it for men. So,
but you don't do it for men, but it's what come with it.
I wouldn't say it's overboard, but no, I don't see it from that point of view. Okay. But I get what you're saying. Like, a lot of women, like, I always see as men harassing men. I get it from that point of view. They still gonna wear them crop tops. They still gonna be able to. They still dress sexy. So I don't understand that comment. Like, and I couldn't imagine the world without men, because it wouldn't logically make sense to me. So, like, how are we gonna reproduce and procreate? Like,
but I think they was just saying from that standpoint of being able to be comfortable in your own skin, where it's not like, okay, if I put this on, this man go say this to me.
And I know you hate it when it's like more of a race thing, but what race of women answer these questions?
I don't know. They weren't specific on that. Because
I'm pretty sure if you asked an Asian woman, African American woman, a Latina woman, and a Caucasian woman, you would get completely different answers.
So let's talk about it from our community. What you think our community would say?
About if it wasn't no man? I don't think that would even, like, it wouldn't make sense to them, like, to have a conversation like that.
Why?
Because
of what they see? What they've been programmed to see? Hot girl summer, real hot girl shit.
No.
Okay.
I mean, okay, so I have to break it down, because it's a lot of aspects to it. Like, me personally, I couldn't see, like, I'm comfortable with what. I never had a man. I never been attacked. I never been raped. So I can't have that experience of somebody that actually had that. So I wear my crop tops, I wear my stomach out, so I couldn't say, and then I wouldn't think, like, they would know that
Okay.
men are very valuable. Like, I don't
I respect it. Like, I just always was curious, like, you know, if you're already beautiful, why enhance what you got going on?
It's like this, right? Mm-hmm. You buy a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why you ain't got factory tires on your car? It's gonna ride the same.
Who? Me?
You.
I do.
No.
Them the tires that came on my car.
No, you know what I'm talking. You ordered your car. You got red leather seats. You got rims. So why didn't you get the basic kit, right? It rides the same, right? It's pretty, right? It's nice. It makes you feel good.
I can't argue with you.
It's for you. It's like you going in the house, right? Why don't you just lay in the house? What you need furniture for? You really don't need furniture. You might get a TV. You can sit on the fucking floor. Mm-hmm. But you want it because it makes you feel good. So that's why women wear makeup or dress up, because it makes them feel good. Then you do have women that want to compete with other women. Like, bitch, you just got a wig down. I'm about to go get mine done too, you know? And it's competition with other women. So...
And on that note, hey, that was good shit, man. I appreciate you for coming through. This was great conversation. I can't wait till we put this one out. But hey, as I said, come to this channel. You only gonna get this type content on this channel. You gotta come to this channel. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. I Say Podcast Network. The video episode drops every Thursday. The latest episode is out now. Make sure you go check that out. Every Thursday at 5. The audio episode drops every Friday on all major podcast platforms at 10 a.m. Make sure you're tuning into that. When you tune into it on Apple Podcasts specifically, make sure you like, subscribe, rate, review. When you go on that YouTube, turn your notifications on. Make sure you follow me on there. Make sure you comment, engage with me. I talk back. You know, it might not be what y'all want to hear, but I'm talking back, man. So make sure you keep hitting me up. This your boy Truth. I want to give a shout out again to my co-host tonight, the lovely Victoria Rose, hanging out with my best friend. We appreciate everything you do. Stay tuned for her podcast as well, coming back with their new season, Real Fantasy Podcast. Number love over here at the I Say Podcast Network. Shout out to Talkers Talk as well. We live from the gym complex. We out.
And we out.
I'ma sit down, you gotta stand on it. If it's for certain, less of around, you gotta stand on it. Open the curtain, it's going down, you gotta stand on it. Cause I put my stamp on it, so you gotta stand. You gotta stand on it. 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 You gotta stand.